Now we got part two of this conversation involving Lizzo and her recent weight loss transformation. Last week we talked about Lizzo because she started to tease the idea that in lieu of losing weight through what I would surmise is diet and exercise, she's going to enter into, well, not enter into because she was already doing it, but
Yeah.
she's going to put her thirst trapping into overdrive. Because I think one of the things that you said last week was, well, now that I got this new body, I'm going to take it for a spin.
Yes, right.
And you don't want to put it past Lizzo to take this new body for a spin. Because if she was taking it for a spin before she lost weight, you can best believe she's going to put herself you can best believe she's going to put herself into a Hellcat
Yeah,
and take it
seriously.
and take it for a spin now once she's as she continues to lose the weight rather. But this will be part two of an ongoing conversation of this because the internet is now having fun at her expense,
Uh-oh.
wondering whether her weight loss is due to her being a user of Ozempic.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure anybody who watches traditional media who sees ads on a regular basis has seen ads for Ozempic. It's some kind of opioid weight loss solution. And this says Lizzo's weight loss transformation leads to Ozempic rumors. Earlier this month, Lizzo went viral for showcasing her physical transformation with an inspiring before and after. The hitmaker is someone who's known for being comfortable in her own skin, but fans were equally proud to see her prioritizing her health. Since then, she went on a trip to Bali with SZA and other close friends. This is where she announced that she'd be taking a year off. I'm taking a gap year and protecting my peace, she declared, sharing a clip of herself in the rain. Now she shared even more content from her trip, this time posing in a flirty red bikini, itsy bitsy teeny weeny red designer string bikini. Um, and so this is her sharing this. So this is Lizzo as she continues to do her thing, trying to lose weight. And that's what we got going on thus far with Lizzo on her journey. So there you go. We won't spend too much time on that. Um, this says while supporters continue to praise Lizzo for her commitment to being her best self, others have started to question whether or not the gym is the only thing helping her on this journey. Ozempic at work, one Instagram user writes in the Hollywood Unlocked comments section. Ozempic doing his job, another says under her bikini clip. While there's no actual evidence that Lizzo is using Ozempic, the anti obesity medication has become a go to explanation for celebrities losing weight. She's far from the only one to be accused of using it as of late, as Ice Spice has also been making headlines for a similar situation.
Mm-hmm.
The Delhi rapper denies this and even hopped online yesterday to show off her gym routine in an attempt to prove those theories wrong. We beaten them allegations, base. She captioned the workout video, though it did little to stop those who are eager to jump to conclusions. What do you think of Lizzo continuing to show off her fitness transformation, so on and so forth? So, I don't want to, count my chickens before they hatch, count my eggs, of course, before they hatch. So I'll let you provide some introductory commentary on what you make of people who are trolling Lizzo, suggesting that it's not actually the gym and conventional means that she's losing weight by. She must also be on that Ozempic. What do you make
Mm.
of that?
Um, I would say that, I wanted to give her credit, to be honest. I've seen enough simulation workout videos, but man, I'm not there the whole workout, so I don't know how much of the workout she's actually doing. But I guess the optimist in me wanted to believe that she was actually doing this the legit way because Ozempic loss tend to be pretty rapid, and she's still a little plushy. So I didn't. I figured she wasn't on the Ozempic plan, but wouldn't be surprised. We're dealing with celebrities here. This is bizarro world. Shout out to Greatness 810. He left a comment on our last video saying that he called this when the allegations came up, where she was out there being scandalous with those allegations, and he said he surmised that she's going to go on a weight loss venture after that and gain some praise to try to wipe away the previous allegations. And honestly, I didn't even think about that. But
Neither
to
did I.
Yeah, but to keep it 100, bro, this kind of falls in line with Lizzo-esque behavior. I would not be surprised if this woman is actually doing this. And the point that I was saying about Hollywood, or Hollyweird for that matter, we're dealing with the land of veneers. We're dealing with the land of plastic surgery, body augmentations. To think that any of these people are keeping it on the 100 when it comes to their fitness regimens or anything like that, one would have to be a fool, honestly, if they sat there and believed all of these things. When I was a young person and I would see these celebrities, one movie they're built like nothing, next movie they're freaking Incredible Hulk. I'm like, whoa. And then they'll show you that they went through some marine training and all this other stuff, but they were also on them roids. They didn't want to tell me that. And so when it comes to when we're dealing with celebrities, their solution to bad publicity is a good looking body. And to come out with a new bod or a new this or a new that. And so for Lizzo, I'm not surprised that she's trying to rebrand herself as a fitness person who's who's losing it the legitimate way. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's taking the cheat code here. This is what people in Hollywood are doing. This is what regular people are doing. So there's definitely side effects to this Ozempic life. So if there's somebody out there that's, what I'm saying, flirting with the idea, please do your homework on this. I do not recommend this. But hey, we're dealing with the land of the weird. So, who knows what she's really up to. But what are your thoughts, sir, on Miss Lizzo and the fans possibly, implying that she's on that Ozempic pack? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying about her being a celebrity and they resort to extreme measures in order to get particular kinds of results.
Hmm.
So that point is well taken. I hope for her sake that this is now granted, we're giving we're giving some form of legitimacy to trolls because at
Hmm.
the end of the day, these are people who are just trolling on the internet saying there's no way she did that and she just Ozempic her way through it. These
Correct.
are trolls. So let's be reasonable and make it clear that this is just people being, these are just people interneting at the
Hmm.
moment, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
This is just people interneting. But however, um, I hope that there is no strange methodology that she's employing in order to get to this point, and that she is doing it reasonably the natural way, that being diet, nutrition, and fitness and exercise. I
Hmm.
think you said last week that a lot of times with because she's a big girl, bro.
Yeah, she's
So like
big.
so you can have a body type like hers and you can lose a lot of weight, but there's still going to be a lot hanging off the bones,
Hmm.
and tightening it up may require some artificial means. You never know.
Hmm.
So that could be in play. We'll see. But
Hmm.
I've seen big girls get into the gym, take it seriously, and it's like Steve Urkel going into the transformation chamber. And then he steps out of the transformation chamber and he's Stephon Arkell. Like I've seen it. I've seen it. Like some of the women I've seen, they really take it seriously. They get the dedication in.
Hmm.
Some of them got body types that can be approximated with Lizzo's. They come out of the transformation chamber and they got the body on them. And
Hmm.
it looks good and it's proportioned. Now, granted, things may look different with the clothes on versus off, but in terms of the shape speaks for itself.
Hmm.
So it doesn't have to be Ozempic, is my point, or
Correct.
any sort of ulterior means. If Lizzo one day, 1 or 2 years from now, is suddenly looking fine, who knows? It's on the board. Anything is possible. But I will say this: if there's one community of people who
Hmm.
does hope that she's on Ozempic, it's the body positivity crowd. I'm pretty sure that they are hoping
Uh-huh.
beyond measure that she is on something like Ozempic. Because I said last week, some of these groups that fancy themselves victims,
Mm,
they've been trampled by the world. They need their champions, and I think the body positivity crowd needs their people. They need their champions in the celebrity and entertainment space who can parade around unhealthily obese so that it can give them something to shoot for in terms of there's nothing really wrong with the way that I'm living.
mm-hmm,
The minute that a champion is taken away from them, they lose their minds. It's why they went against Adele when Adele lost weight. Is why they went at Rebel Wilson when Rebel Wilson lost weight. They would prefer it if these people stayed fat.
mm-hmm.
It's not just the women. The men deal with this too. What's that guy's name who was in Superbad and Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh
Um,
Lord, I forgot that boy
Jonah
name.
Hill, Jonah
Yeah,
Hill, Jonah
yeah,
Hill. Like Jonah Hill lost weight, and people went him on the internet mad because he lost weight, and he's just like, hey man, like what are you coming at me for? Because I decided to get better about myself. What are you so mad about? So obviously, the toxic body positivity people don't want to see their champions do better because they don't want to do better. They want to languish in their poor life habits. They would rather stay there. And the minute that a champion is taken away from them, they don't know how to cope with that. So they would prefer it if someone who was formerly a champion ceased to be a champion by means that are not natural so that they can be discredited. Because if you can discredit them, then at that point, they can continue to spout their toxic body positivity manifesto.
mm-hmm,
It makes it easier for you to continue to speak on this toxicity if you know that one of the main people that you used to clung to as a hero did it and they escaped the confines of what you love so much, but they didn't do it naturally.
mm-hmm,
They didn't do it via the means that they're preaching that you should do it by. They did it the fake way. They
mm-hmm.
steroided it up. It's no different than in baseball when you got these home run people who hit all of the home runs. You find out that they were on steroids. Oh, okay, well now Babe Ruth is still the guy
Yeah.
because you knew kids. Oh, y'all didn't really do it. Y'all roided up. So we can continue to live in the nostalgia of the 20s and 30s with people like Babe Ruth and and Hank Aaron because you new school kids are just doing it the cheating way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel. And so that's why I feel like these sorts of troll jobs pop up on the internet every now and again. These are tactical talking points, dangerous rhetoric, even being put into the ecosystem of the internet by bad faith actors who want to continue to perpetuate their toxic ideology. And there is a form of body positivity that leans on toxic, one which suggests you shouldn't leave us, stay here with us. Oh, you left us? Hopefully, you did it by cheating because then we can continue to talk. Because if you cheated, then we still have some legitimacy.
Mm.
So that's kind of where I think stuff like that comes from, outside of the couple people who are going to troll her just because it's funny. But trust and believe, if she continues to go down this road and there's no evidence to her doing it other than the right way, there's going to be more and more people, and the sounds against her are going to get louder. So I just hope that she's prepared for that.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense, man. Because and I agree, the body positivity situation, um, it has a lot, I would say, of bad faith actors. I know there's people in there that really, about positivity, but a lot of that is I hear a lot of trauma and the body positivity realm. But so I wouldn't be surprised if the bad faith actors are the ones that are actually trolling. But for this whole scenario, because this was a possibility when we came across the situation last week. I thought about the idea of her actually being on this because I didn't even know about this stuff until this year. Um, I've heard of Ozempic for a very long time, but there was this thing trending on TikTok talking about Ozempic face. What the hell is that? So they were just showing all these celebrities that are just melted away. and people that weren't already big, but they were just accusing them of being on Ozempic. So I was like, what is this? So I looked into it and I found out that people can actually lose crazy amount of weight on this thing. And I've also saw that it's not healthy. So I don't put anything past. So that's what I'm holding this up to, is that I don't put anything past her because she is up there. And again, this is the land of fake it until you make it, putting up fronts, capping everywhere. You know, you really can't believe anything these people say, because when it comes to how they look physically, when it comes to their public appearance, when it comes to their ideologies or their whatever, it's everything is front facing and everything is a facade in order to, get more everything. So whether it's more views, more streams, uh, more articles written about them, their name in circulation, you name it. And so these people will do and say anything to remain on top. So I wouldn't put it past her to actually be on Ozempic or something else. So because Lizzo, she comes off as a cool person to people. She has this level of authenticity, and I say that in air quotes, that she's a smart person, so she comes off very genuine. But at the same time, I'm dealing with a celebrity here, which to me is no different than a politician, and they do have to say or do whatever to pander to make sure that everybody is on their good side. So I really can't go for anything here. I would hope so. This is my hope, is that she is actually doing it for her sake. The legitimate way. But again, man, when we're dealing with these celebs, bro, they're the fakest people on the planet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I wouldn't be surprised if she's doing it a fake way.
Yeah.
So, we'll see, man. We'll see how this pans out. But she has the resources and everything available to her to be in a good looking shape later on. So, and as I alluded to last week, once she finally does lose it and there is the excess, then she has a reason to get body augmented.
Hmm.
And I'm telling you, man, I'm sure she's going to consult the Cardi B, Megan the Stallion, whatever type of doctors to get her to be I had to get my ass lifted. I had to get this. She's gonna, and so I think that's the road that we're headed down. Honestly, at this point, bro, it is what it is. But I wouldn't put it past her if she is on the crack, So
Yeah.
wouldn't
I
put it
feel
past.
Yeah, I feel that. I hope that it's not the case, but I do think that it's on the board. I do
Oh
think that
yeah.
it's on the board. But I do know one thing. There is an element in this particular conversation
Mhm.
that is rooting for that to not only be on the board but to be factual. And I do think that it is the toxic contingent within the body positivity philosophy, because they don't actually want to achieve true body positivity. They want to be given a lifelong excuse for poor choices and bad living. And that group is very loud, and they do have a certain following. It's always very pleasant to see when the real legitimate actual folks who are championing body positivity drown all of that stuff out. But be that as it may, there is a toxic element within that ecosystem that is quite loud and they're quite annoying.
Mhm.
And they are the ones who come for some of these celebrities when they do decide to leave the community, quote unquote. And I think they have a vested interest in her either staying big or losing her bigness illegitimately. And I think that those chorus of people will continue to get louder and louder and louder the better the shape that she gets in. And for me, I got my popcorn ready, waiting to see it happen.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And while she's doing all this, just keep your clothes on, Lizzo. I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. And like I said last week, man, like I grilled Chloe Bailey on here, Sierra. I've grilled people
It's
that
not about her body. Yeah, it's not
yeah,
about her body type. It's about the decency aspect of it.
correct.
Yeah,
So just
yeah,
have some decorum, young lady.
yeah. I think you're gonna lose. You're gonna have to lose that battle, bro, because like I told you last week, naked is the new clothing.
Yeah.
And like, to be naked now is to actually have clothes on, like no one cares. And if you criticize it, then you're like anti-woman or anti,
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm being
every yeah.
I'm
So
being a
so
misogynist right now.
yeah, 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 yeah. You're definitely being a hater. You're a hater
Isn't
and a
that crazy?
misogynist.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm being a misogynist because I'm telling her to keep clothes on.
right. Yeah,
My bad.
that's
Take
it's
your clothes
weird.
off
That's that's
then.
yeah. That is the world. That's the world that we live in. But you're gonna have to die on that hill, bro, because that one I can't. I wish I could help you on that one, but I'm sorry, man. Naked is the new wearing clothes. So she gonna be more naked than ever, and the rest of these chicks gonna continue to show up to these events and these public appearances wearing less and less clothes until eventually the idea behind their outfits is going to be they're completely not wearing one. And it's going to be, and that is going to be passed off as bold, fashionable, courageous, chic. Yeah. So just get ready for it because it's on the way. But Lizzo, good luck to you, sweetheart. Um, you are continuing to turn your back on your people. The more that you do right by yourself, and I hope that you are prepared for the onslaught of criticism because it is going to come, unfortunately.
Yeah, and if you're out there and you're really considering Ozempic because you're seeing the results that people are getting, I would just highly recommend you not do that. And hey man, you came across this video for a reason, Ozempic person. So please, man, reconsider and do things the natural way. You'll be more proud of yourself in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facts. Facts.